Hello everyone, I'm Krasi, and this video will be about the next 15 days after the appearance of the first lunar crescent this evening, 17th of August, first lunar crescent of the first Ulul Babylonian month. So very interesting, the first lunar crescent will appear in Leo. I know everyone was talking last month about this Lion's Gate portal cliche. I'm very sorry, but it's a funny cliche. Well, actually, astronomically, this is not exactly correct because the sun enters Leo in one day. So what people are talking is maybe something energetic. I'm not sure what it is about, but astronomically, the sun is entering Leo tomorrow. This will be the situation on the sky. We cannot come up with some descriptions of pictures and astrological gates when astronomically the situation is totally different. So anyway, the first lunar crescent, like the new moon, the real new moon, is happening this evening, 17th of August. After the sun sets, you will see the moon. Very interesting situation, because this is happening now indeed on the axis of Leo Aquarius. And yes, we will look day by day at the next 2 weeks to see how we can benefit from the next 2 weeks for some activities, or how to be careful not to undertake certain activities to be on the safe side. So we do this in a moment, but just brief description. The moon appears in Leo, and right in opposition is Saturn in very, very powerful, a very special phase called acronical rise. With this phase, Saturn is very strong. He's like, symbolically, this phase means new energy for Saturn, new birth or something, very youthful Saturn. This is not a bad Saturn. He's also retrograding now, you know that. And as retrograde, the logic is, and I notice this in more and more in people's horoscopes, when Saturn is direct, he's as we know him, the judge on the sky, the Lord of Karma, the Lord of Justice. Now, when retrograding, he is a little bit more forgiving, slowing down the hand of justice, And the moon makes opposition. This moon in Leo is very fine. It's a moon of, courage, a moon of spiritual activities, enlightenment, brilliant. Oh, that is brilliant. And also the moon appears conjoined Venus and Mercury, and Mars. And this is very nice. Because this shows exactly mind and our drive and desire to enlightenment, to spirituality, to beauty, to philosophies, to knowledge. But yet we got Saturn in a acronical rise, retrograde opposition. And this will be valid for the next month, but mostly for the next 15 days. Well, Saturn is restricting. Yes, a bit more benevolent. Yes, a little bit more forgiving and slowing down his justice. But this is showing restriction. This is showing that we have to be very disciplined to follow our ideas, studies, desires to know, but to be very disciplined, very moral. The thing with Saturn always is about morals, moral values, purity in the relationship between people and so, and this is restriction. In the meantime, you know very well, I mentioned this in previous videos very often, because Saturn is in Aquarius sidereally until late, back and forth. There will be in the spring, he will enter Pisces and come back. But overall, he will be in Aquarius until late December of 2025. And during this time, he will be squaring Scorpio, squaring Taurus, and with this, he's squaring mighty royal stars. With this, we already can easily speak solely by this, without even looking at additional factors. We can speak about Saturn in Saturn restricting the finances of the world, because the royal stars are being under limitation, analysis, a checkup if you want, restriction, yes. So these next 15 days will be a little bit about financial restriction, yes. There will be about, yes, us fighting, you know, melancholy, trying to regain courage, searching for the right philosophy, knowledge, enlightenment, spiritual studies, if you want. But again, we have to be very disciplined because of this opposition. The good thing, though, is the trine of Jupiter to the appearance of the moon, who very much softens. Like he's the one who is saying to Saturn, well, you are very restrictive, but let's give people joy. Let's allow this. He's like the good cup. And in the meantime, in 2 days, brilliant event. I will announce it in a separate video. Venus becomes visible in Cancer. This is really joyful to watch. I advise you to watch Venus visible. She will be visible as a morning star. Early on the eastern horizon, you can watch her rising before the sun rises. Watch it, because there are 3 events which we must see, watch, attend in our lives. 3 events, celestial events. One is to watch at least one time the first rise, the rise of the sun. If we do it every day, or at least often, better. The second is we watch the heliacal rise of Venus. And the third one is the heliacal rise of Sirius. Watch my other in the next video, which will be about the heliacal rise of Sirius and what Sirius means for us. Very important. We can predict our own future based on watching Sirius and getting the energy, like getting the message. Whatever you see, whatever you feel will mean for you, will mean that this way your year will look like. Depends on what you perceive when you were watching Sirius. So all this is very, very beautiful and important. So let's look now at the next 15 days to come. So we're talking about the first lunar day, 18th of August, 18th of August. And don't forget on the 19th also to watch the heliacal rise of Sirius and also to watch Venus. If you, let's say, start watching around 4:30 in the morning, usually you first see Venus, and immediately after, not immediately, like, but shortly after, when I was watching for the last time, took like 10 to 20 minutes, if I remember well, and then Sirius appeared heliacally. So this we can do. Now, let's see about the first lunar day, 1st of Ulul, 18th of August, and this will be Friday, day of Venus. See, Venus will be ready to appear in a day of Venus. So if you welcome the sun, you know, you connect with this energy in the morning, and then because it's Friday, it's day of Venus, you imagine the aura around yourself to be light blue or light pink, and you can wear quartz, rose quartz. This day, what we can do, this day, as you see, as I mentioned, we are a little bit restricted by Saturn. Therefore, I wouldn't dare to do new beginnings, also surgical interventions. Well, great for spiritual work, enlightenment study, you know, but certainly not for new beginnings, like not for new businesses, really not. Saturn is not a joke when he is restricting. And Venus invisible, also not good for, even not good for marriage, not good for, great to work in the nature, great to do spiritual work, even to travel. Yes, you may, but ensure you have good protection, good preparation. So this is about this first day. And then we have the second lunar day, which is 2nd of Ululu, and which is 19th of August. And a little bit less benevolent day, but it's Saturday, day of Saturn. You welcome the sun. Saturn is ruling the day. You imagine the aura around yourself to be purple, and you can wear an amethyst. This day I would be careful how to not even travel. I wouldn't even start new initiatives. Good for spiritual work, good for working in the nature, studying, teaching others, but really not taking risks. Quite interesting situation on the sky. And then see 19th of August, God's new year, Sirius is rising, Venus is rising, they rise together. This is just beautiful. I really watch this event, gorgeous event, Venus and Sirius rising together. I told you around 4:30 to 5:30 in the morning, you should be able to see both of them. Then this is the third lunar day, and already we're talking about the 20th of August, 20th of August, watch both of them. And here we have a little bit more, quite more benevolent lunar day. Here you can start activities which are related to literacy. Like this would say studies, teaching, you can travel, medical interventions. Yes, if they are not invasive, you can do. This is a day ruled by the sun. You welcome the sun. The sun is ruling. You imagine his aura around yourself, this red aura. To give you health, good energy, and you can wear a ruby on this day. Actually, it's a good Sunday day. And now we're looking at 21st of August, 4th lunar day, very powerful, good lunar day, harmonious on the sky. You can travel, you can negotiate, you can study, you can start new stuff related to education, literacy. You can teach. The day is ruled by the moon. You can welcome the sun. The moon is ruling. You imagine the aura around yourself is light green, and you can wear, let's say, pearl. It's a very good day for many things. Medical interventions only if not invasive, because the moon is still, waxing. Now we have 22nd of August, 5th lunar day. The moon is in very good degrees, which are called comfort, actually. Good to arrange your accountancy, bookkeeping, to do design work, to reach justice in some matters. Very good day, actually, in harmony also with Saturn. Good for some new beginnings, mainly related to fixing, bookkeeping, accountancy, but I wouldn't start new business on this day unless you really have to. Medical interventions, yes, if not invasive, just some things that are very light you may do. And this is Tuesday, day of Mars. You welcome the sun. The Mars is ruling the day. You imagine the red aura around yourselves, and you can wear a garnet, a red garnet. And then we're looking at 23rd of August, 6th lunar day. Also, I like this lunar day. The moon is in degrees which would suppose work with beauty, design, justice, also, like arrangements of fixing your bookkeeping, but especially about art and design, muse, beautiful, beautiful degrees. Actually, on this day, you can travel, negotiate, you can do really a lot. It's a Wednesday, day of Mercury. Medical interventions, yes, if not invasive. You can also yes, quite benevolent for many things, but a new beginning still, I told you, Venus should be brilliant for important new beginnings, but some things related to, let's say, design art, you can certainly do. Wednesday, day of Mercury, you welcome the sun, you imagine the aura around yourself is light green, and you can wear an emerald because it's day of Hermes. And then we look at 24th of August, 7th lunar day, a little bit critical, and the moon is in critical degrees, quite critical, but still, well, we can do artistic work, but no new beginnings, no medical interventions, or yes, if not invasive. You can travel. The day is ruled by Jupiter. You welcome the sun. You know, Jupiter is ruling the day. And you imagine the aura around yourself to be light orange, and you can wear citrine. And now we have 25th of August, 8th lunar day. Now the day is a little bit critical. No, I don't advise travel. I don't advise medical interventions. You can meditate, teach others, study. Healing work is great. Great study, knowledge of ancient information, studying ancient information, Hermetic knowledge, connection with nature. Natural science is brilliant. No medical interventions, no travel. This is a day ruled by Venus, so you welcome the sun. You know, Venus is ruling the day. And you can imagine the aura around yourself to be pink, beautiful pink, or very clear white, and you can wear tourmaline, watermelon tourmaline. 26th of August, Saturday, 9th lunar day. The moon is in a very tricky but yet very powerful healing degrees. You can use homeopathy, you can use applied natural sciences, herbalism, great for enhancing your intuition, for meditation, for studying, teaching others. Beautiful day. I wouldn't advise any medical interventions, traveling careful. And this is Saturday again, so you welcome the sun. You know, Saturn is ruling the day, and you imagine purple aura around yourself, and you wear amethyst. And now we have 27th of August, Sunday, 10th lunar day. The moon passes through the Milky Way, very spiritual, very philosophical, beautiful, beautiful degrees. You can do exactly that, study, teach others. The moon is making beautiful, grand, great, gorgeous trine on the sky, benevolent for some new beginnings, especially if they're related to philosophy, teaching, even justice. Yeah, definitely. Very good day, actually. Very interesting day. But watch out a little bit because Mars is creating a square. So whatever you do, make sure that you calculate the risk well, that you make sure that there are no people that can create dispute or conflicting situation. Medical interventions, only if they're not invasive, you can travel. And also, because this is Sunday, you welcome the sun, you know, the sun is ruling, you imagine the beautiful red aura of the sun to heal you, and you can wear garnet or ruby. And now we have Monday, 28th of August, 11th lunar day. Again, very benevolent lunar day, very spiritual. The moon is conjoined by projection with Sirius. Very spiritual day, very lofty, good to, let's say, work on friendships, let's say, with somebody, or re-establish peace, let's say. Good for spiritual work, teaching others. You can travel, you can negotiate, you can do a lot. Actually, this is a Monday, day of the moon. You welcome the sun. You know, the moon is ruling the day. You imagine the aura is light green, and you can wear, let's say, pearl or aquamarine. And it's a very good day. But medical interventions, yes, if they're not invasive. And now we have 29th of August, 12th lunar day. The moon is in very, well, clairvoyant disease. Disease, my God. Degrees. clairvoyant, very special. Like if you want now to work on your clairvoyant qualities, to see through, to work on your spiritual vision, so to say. Beautiful, beautiful degrees, really, because the moon is conjoined a star from the constellation of the eagle, which means clairvoyance. Very, very, very powerful. And actually, you can, on this day, not appropriate for medical interventions, neither for new beginning, but for great spiritual work, for working with the nature, for agriculture, working on your land, you know, planting. And it is a Tuesday, day of Mars, so you welcome the moon. You know, Mars is ruling the day, and you imagine the aura around yourself to be red, to give you energy, drive, motivation, and you can wear a ruby. And now we have the 30th of August, 13th lunar day, and similar situation. The moon is quite powerful, not that clairvoyant, but powerful for arranging your work, bookkeeping, office, home, working with gemstones, working with at home. Very good for just arranging your documentation, let's say. No new beginnings, no medical interventions, but quite good for spiritual work, healing work. And also, this is a day of Hermes, Wednesday. You imagine the aura around yourself. After you welcome the sun, you imagine the aura around yourself to be light green, and you can wear an emerald. And we are approaching nearly the full moon. It is on the, one moment, 31st of August, full moon, on the axis of Leo, Aquarius. The moon is conjoined Saturn. Well, this is powerful because the moon will, well, like a lens, enhance the importance of Saturn. This full moon will be a lot about Aquarius energy, spiritual, the energy of Enki, magic, healing, the choice we make, whether we choose the, you know, the nature and the human nature and the Mother Earth, if you want, or we opt for the artificial intelligence. It's a lot about choice. Very important full moon. Very important about knowledge, spirituality, and it's a Thursday, benevolent day of Jupiter. So if you welcome the sun, you know Jupiter is ruling the day, and you can imagine the aura around yourself to be orange, and you can wear citrine. It's a very powerful full moon. Some people get a bit too much of these energies, get a little bit anxious, maybe worried, but if you manage to meditate, to calm your mind down a little bit, you will actually benefit from this amazing, powerful full moon. And it's full moon of knowledge, spirituality. Actually, it happens in the vicinity of the star, you know, Fomalhaut, star of the spiritual guru. So the emphasis is on spirituality, on enlightenment. I'm sure it will be very, very interesting. So, ladies and gentlemen, see you very, very soon, and all the best, and your comments are always welcome.